Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Megan. Sorry if you can hear the fan in the background. I thought that I would sit here and do a video about what I've been kind of not wanting to talk about on here, just because of, you know, the comments and things like that, and people assuming whatever they want to assume without knowing the whole entire story. But I thought I'd come on here and just talk about it because I feel like it needs to be talked about, because I feel like people don't talk about it enough. And it started back in December of 2023, where my coworker, we're gonna call him John, sat there and asked me for my number, and I thought, no biggie, cool, whatever. He just wanted to be my friend, and he sat there and was like, hey, can I get your number in case, you know, like if you need a vote, if I tried to sit there and vote him and he couldn't respond or whatever, then I could call his regular phone and he'd answer. And I thought, no biggie. And then January comes around where my mom had passed away, and it was a very rough time for me. I felt at my lowest, and I sat there and just texted him one day and said, hey, and he gave me a hug one day when I was getting coffee at work, and said if I needed to talk, to just text him or whatever. So I did. I said hey, and he said hey back. And then, you know, a few weeks go by, and he sat there and started making sexual intentions towards me, where he wanted to hug me and kiss me, and he even wanted to go as far as wanting to have sex and for me to suck his private parts. And I felt very uncomfortable about it because, one, I knew he had kids. Two, I knew he had a wife, and third of all, I'm not that type of person to sit here and break up a so-called relationship, but yet I never saw him more than a friend, and never wanted to sit there and date him, never wanted to sit here and have sexual intentions towards him, and I've never sat there and told him, oh, I have sexual intentions towards you, because I never did. And it sucks because then it started a few weeks after my mom had passed that he wanted to touch my butt and touch my breast and say that I'm sure they're really nice, like I would like to sit there and see them and whatever. And it just made me feel uncomfortable because, one, if you're married, why would you sit there and look at another girl and say, oh, I find you sexually attractive, like you want to sit here and have sexual intentions with me? And if you have kids, like, I don't understand that. And I don't know, it just made me feel uncomfortable because he already knew that I had a guy, so why are you going to make that attempt? And then it keeps going where it sits here and he still continues to give me hugs, which was okay because I said it was okay. But the thing is everything else that led after that, where it was like the kissing and the wanting to touch my boobs and butt and things like that, I was not okay with. I was not comfortable with. I felt very awkward about it, and it got to the point where I had to make a report at work, and it would, the reason why I would make that report was because one day when I was working and he happened to send some video of, like, I don't even know what it was some inappropriate video kind of thing, and where he basically was trying to hint that he wanted me to suck his private part and to sit there, and because he thought it would feel good and that's all he cared about. And it made me feel disgusting, it made me feel stupid, it made me feel just like, why me when you know I have a guy? And like trying to blame stuff on me and saying that I wanted more with him than he wanted and everything like that. And till this day, whenever I go into that room, I think about that time when he sat there and told me to get into the corner where there was a linen cart where we put our yellow bags for the linen and, like, you know, the bed sheets and stuff like that in one thing, and then like the biohazard was in another, like on the other side. So it was kind of like this, where the linen was here, the red bin was here, and we were in the corner, and there was like this little space between here in the linen, you know, like probably this big. And he told me to get in the corner, and he pulled down his pants and he said, okay, get down and suck my private parts. And I was like, why? And I felt very uncomfortable, and it's like, I don't care to suck another guy's private parts. Like, I have my own guy I can easily do that with if I wanted to. And sorry for the disclaimer, but then it just felt kind of awkward, and that's when I made the report, because it's like, I've already sat there and said, like, I felt uncomfortable, I felt awkward, like, I have a guy. No matter how much my guy and I disagree on certain things, doesn't mean I'm gonna sit there and not be with him. And it also hurts because this person had a friend that I worked with in the ER department at my work, and I felt like he was sitting there trying to get information and trying to be like my friend and whatnot, to just sit there and give information to him, when yet I knew all along that he knew information, but I thought, oh no, it's no big deal, you know. And yet in my head, I'm assuming that he's the one that's in there gossiping about, oh, well, this happened and that happened and all this stuff happened, when yet he doesn't know the entire story. And he only hears bits and pieces from his friend's side and my side. And hate to say it, I'm a tiny girl. If you know me in person, I'm a tiny girl compared to this person who was bigger than me, taller than me. How do I know that he couldn't have hurt me, you know? And for me, I don't know what to do anymore, because for me, like, I've already made a police report, and I've already gone to HR about that situation at my job, and that person is no longer there. And second of all, I don't know why this so-called friend of mine would act like they're my friend only just to get information, and then gossip behind my back, acting like it's not them, that it's someone else. And the only person that would know that would be them, and that was it. I didn't sit there and talk to anyone else at my work, you know, besides the security officer and HR and one of my managers. And other than that, I have not sat there and said anything to anyone, so I don't understand why it would be going around my little department that I work in, when, yeah, the only person that knew was this person. And it makes me to the point of being sick to my stomach, because of the fact of what they're doing and how they're acting. And they sit there, and this friend that's so-called that was my friend would always sit there and say to me, oh, well, you owe me a vape, you know? Or texting my guy and sitting there saying, by the way, your girl owes me a vape, when he's 18 and you have to be 21 to buy a vape. And if I sat there and buy you a vape, I'm sitting there running my life because you want that. And it sucks because I don't want to be a part of drama. I go to work. I don't give a care about making friends. I don't care about any of that. What I do care about is going to work and, you know, having a good time at work, yes, and just saying hey to people, how's it going, you know, having a little bit of a conversation. But like, if you're gonna sit there and start drama with it, then it's like, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to do any of that, because that's what it started, or how it started, you know. And where it's like, oh, you know, and it makes me not want to work at the hospital anymore. And I don't know, it just sucks with how it is going. And I am so sorry for the people that, you know, are sexually assaulted or harassed at work. And don't be afraid to speak up about it, you know. And you shouldn't feel ashamed or embarrassed by it, because those people that did it to you are in the wrong, not you. And I just wanted to come on here and hopefully encourage someone, you know, that feels like they can't say something, that it's okay to step forward even if you're feeling uncomfortable or whatever. But I just thought I'd let you guys know what was going on, and I'd like to hear you guys' stories down below, down in the comments. But don't be a stranger around here. We'll have you join the family, and hit that subscribe button down below.